Is he the one that played the U.S. Open? Probably.
I was on the rail, started shaking real quick before I started shaking too. Instead of standing up, my niece. Can you come over tonight? My niece.
What do you want me to do? We've been talking to Russian.
Yeah. Did you get my story?
No.
I thought Pat might have. Rick and Pat.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he already clicked it.
It is recorded.
Yeah, it's recorded.
How do you know? How do you know?
That's Aaron, he told me.
Okay.
Recording, streaming live, recording locally.
Get on there and start talking. Are you done?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I'm talked in again to commentating here again. Joey Ivock and Dan Madden. Joey Ivock struggled last set, but might be warming up. So this might turn into a real good match. Dan Madden, of course, has won, I believe, 5 of these events. He's playing much better pool than I remembered him back in the early 2000, 2003, 2004. And this game has jumped up a notch and playing some pretty good pool. Saw some people down there in Uniontown that watch play, work with some people down there, learned from some of them down there. Some really good players in that area. And I hope you enjoy this. No, I thought we had a rack issue. I don't know. It could be. I don't know if they have a pattern racking rule where you're not allowed to rack the balls in the same order or not. But the problem with 9-ball and rack your own is people now tilting the rack to help them make the corner ball, sometimes pushing the rack back to help them make the corner ball. And it's one of the things that I definitely don't like about rack your own. It's kind of like a bowler setting up the pins so that he basically can make more strikes. And it just doesn't seem right. And unfortunately, the other hand of that is if somebody racks for you, they can stiff rack you. So it's a hard problem to solve. And pushing to probably a bank shot here. Hard to get your cue ball out of the way sometimes on this shot. So he might just play it safe down behind the 4-ball 4-8, and that's what he did. Tried to get the cue ball down behind the 4-8. Did he say it was you? Was it for you?
No, it was Ivy because it was like, is that shit fine?
Oh. I am, really.
I put straight in to see what the fight the number.
And although he didn't get him behind the 4-8, it was good enough. Joey's back at the table. Here the 2-ball is on the long rail on the left side of the table, and he can make this with a little left spin and come down, use the 5-ball. Well, he went the whole way back down table. I thought he would use the 5-ball to stop the cue ball there, but I think he was trying to go straight down and back up. I'm not sure if the 4-ball is tied up. passes the 8. I'm not sure. I don't have a good angle there. And they have 4-9 combination potentially. Unfortunately, when he pockets a 3, it'll be hard for him to get down to play that because he'll be on the wrong side of the 4. And it looks like it must pass. Must pass the 8 ball. Draw back here, give himself an angle on the 5 so that he can pop out for the 7. That allows him to stop dead for the 8. And looks like Joey Ivock is finding his rhythm now. His first set struggled a little. This is Joey Ivock from Johnstown, Pennsylvania versus Dan Madden from Tyrone, and up around the Altoona, Pennsylvania area. And, Joey had a nice run out there. Joey Ivock wins the first game, alternating breaks. And this is Chip Klein from Johnstown, Pennsylvania, the Pennsylvania 9-ball tour. Five ball is off the table. I can't tell if Joey has a cut into the side pocket or maybe a bank shot. And the 2 ball is at this end of the table. He had a cut. He missed the cut. He left Dan very makeable shot into the corner pocket, and here again the tangent line just above the side pocket, or below the side pocket if you're looking at it from this way. So a little bit of low right, and there. All right, thanks.
Seriously?
Did you hear that? That's because I'm fat.
Because you're out of shape.
Hey, I'm right there with you.
I think so. Alright, I'll be down. She said you're doing a good job commentating. She gets a lot of your breathing.
Oh, it's probably the way the mic is.
What are you going to do? You got to talk. You got to breathe, right?
Yeah. Well, sorry. Tell her I'm.
Stacey, just listen.
Listen, Stacy, I'm suffocating over here. Yeah. I'm trying to keep the mic close to my my nose or my mouth so that I don't shark these guys. So, plus I'm out of shape, so. Four. Dan just has to clear that 6, and he had half a pocket there. Hard for him to get past the 6 ball there, but it did end up. Joey unable to get to the 3 ball there. Dan did well there, getting straight in on the 4 ball so that he can maintain a nice angle on the 6. So stop shot, maintain the angle again on the 7. Shot appears that he's going to go forward, high left English, come around. Perfect speed. And the score is 1-1. How'd you do?
No, I lost.
Having trouble with the rack. There's a gap on the front ball. That's the magic rack, right? That's the magic rack. And sometimes when you're using a magic rack, if you can't get the balls to freeze, sometimes it's because you might be using an older set of balls that have been waxed and washed and waxed for many years, and therefore they're a little smaller. Usually you can manipulate it a little bit. This tough because he's going into the 7. It's killing his cue ball. It's tough for him to get on the 2 ball from there. Four balls on the bottom rail. He'll leave himself a slight angle on the 3. Okay, he decided to go to the side pocket. That's a good shot too. Now if you look at his tangent line again, it's to the side rail and right toward the 4, and he'll maintain that angle. Notice how he maintains the angle on the 4 to make sure he can get up on the 5. Very, very important to maintain your angles. Nice shot, good speed, a little risky coming in. He could have hooked himself behind the 7, but he got out and far enough. And Dan Madden wins the second one. And the score is 2-1, Dan Madden. And Joey's breaking. Mind your way. I'm usually in somebody's way, so I have to ask this here lady. Once again, sorry for the breathing. I'm trying to keep the mic close so that I don't have to talk loud. Dan tried to get past the 9 to get up on the 2, but just caught the edge of the 9. This shot to the corner pocket. This is a low right English shot. The right English helps kill your cue ball speed when it hits the rail on the left side. Just like that, you can see how the cue ball just died when it hit the rail. A little straight in on the 4, but he can probably cheat the pocket a little bit to get up on the 5. A nice nice shot. That was a high right English stroke, get him over on the 5. Now he'll right where he puts his cue. See how a good player always finds his spot on the table. He doesn't play general position. He plays very specific spots on the table. A player I knew from Texas used to find a chalk mark, and he would try to put his cue ball on that chalk mark. And if you can play within a hand's width of where you want to be, that's you're playing pretty good position. Especially if you're jumping from a fast table to a slow table. Here again, this shot, if he gets toward the middle of the table for the 7, then he can go 3 rails for position on the 8. Just like that. See, this allows him to pull the cue ball deep into the corner pocket on the right side, and that gives him the middle diamond on the long rail. 1, 2, and look at the middle diamond on the end rail, or the side rail. See that? A little bit harder, he would have been off the rail, but he can handle this. And that was nice pattern there by Dan. I'm here laughing with some people here. Some good folks here in Johnstown, Pennsylvania. Joey is in a spot here where he's going to have to probably look for a push. And again, when you push, you want to push to a place that you like a safety, and maybe you practice a specific safety. It's a good idea to practice certain specialty shots, and then that gives you then when you push, it's a familiar shot to you, and hopefully your opponent is a little bit taken off guard by that. So a lot of one pocket players, they have very good cue ball, they play very good safes, so they have that in their arsenal to see what Joey has in mind here. I'm thinking he's probably going to put the maybe cross the 1 and send the cue ball back down table is what I'm thinking. Just like that. Very nicely done. A lot to be learned from that shot. He had 3 blockers. He had the 6, the 2, and the 9 to block him coming in on that line. That was a very good shot with Joey Ivock. When you have a wall of balls like that, your zone for your safety is very, very big. So it's just putting the 1 in a general location and knowing that your cue ball has 3 balls to hide behind. That's one pocket player knowledge there, which of course is used in 9-ball as well. There's many shots from one pocket that can be used in 9-ball. A good kick by Dan. Notice the speed of that kick so that the one ball separated from the cue ball. And now he has Joey kicking. No matter how good somebody kicks, if they're kicking, they're in trouble. Many of your great kickers, Efren Reyes, a lot of the Filipinos, even they really don't have a high percentage when it comes to kicking. They can reverse a safety maybe 30% of the time, 35% of the time. The percentage isn't as high as you think, even with great kickers. So if you have a player that isn't a great kicker, it'd be well advised to play some safes, put some safes in your game. And of course, if you don't hook the guy, leave him distance, because if you leave him distance, it can wear an opponent. What?
You can click the X and take those off the screen.
What are they? Does anybody say anything about dollars? Here, you'll probably just see the left English come to the center of the table with the 6 in the corner. And it looks like he got a little deflection. He went low left English, got a little deflection on that. It threw him a little thicker into the 5 than what he wanted, and caused the thick hit on the 5-0. Dan played nice position here to the side pocket, and he can go to the end rail, come back up for the 7, or he could probably just hang out there at the middle of the table and take the cut, and he opted to go down and come back up. Here he's wondering if he should stop at the center of the table or risk getting below the 9 ball. And he opted to go below the 9 ball. That's not a bad shot. And Dan Madden takes the 5th rack. you hear? Turn the volume up so I can. How many are you? Say the score. Joey Ivock 1 versus Dan Madden 4. And Madden playing pretty good. But Joey, people know Joey, know he's never out of the match, never out of the set. This guy can grind hard and really get back in the match. Nice stroke. Well, he can spin this in with inside English, makes the shot harder, but good pull, good shots. And nice. Looks like the 2-ball hit something there and almost came out. And he's going to have to go forward, high left English to come up on the 4-ball. Well, he forgot the left English on that one. Had he gone high left, he would have came between the 6-9 and came up toward the side pocket for the 4-ball. Faced with a bank shot here, bank combination if you really want to go for it, but the shot is really a safety. Try to set the 4-ball up on the end rail, get your cue ball down behind the 6. And he ran into the 5. So he left some distance here, and bad shot. Bad shot. Madden fires it in like it's candy. Very nice shot. There again, nice shot. Rattles a little bit, but 5-ball looked up, said it's Dan Madden, and decided to go. He will go into the rail and toward the 9. He didn't move it yet. It was just 4, right? So that was fine. I guess he didn't move it up 5. 5-1, and Madden off to a good start here. Race to 9. Winner's bracket. Pennsylvania 9-ball tour. You're lucky I'm busy. Dan. Hey, try break for Dan. And Joey looking at a long one ball low. Left English gets him back out to the 2, or he could simply go high and come back down between the rail and the 6 ball to get on the 2 on this side. Just like that, he tagged the 7 ball, but he got away with it. He's got a nice angle. He's going to have to slow roll this one or contend with the 9. He doesn't want to get down behind the 9 ball here. He might stun it out toward the 9. Well, he missed the ball. Lots of times when a player is playing position or tricky position, their focus goes to the position, and sometimes they hit the ball. And everybody that I know is guilty of that, even the best players in the world. They just don't seem to do it as often. Nice combination by Dan. Here you'll probably have to come off the long rail and go toward the 5-3 at the bottom end. And he has a choice here. He can either get in a position where he can play a lock-up safe behind the 5, or he can break him out. He went for the breakout, and he'll end up playing safe anyhow. Or he could bank at the 3, but really the safety. I think most players would play safe from here. Sorry, I was away for a second there. Just to contend with the 9 ball. He could very easily scratch off the 9 ball here if he's not careful, and that's what he's looking at. He thinks he can hit the right side of the 9, which prevents the scratch. And that's what he did. That's a very nice shot. Now see, had he hit that ball a little harder, his cue ball to maintain the tangent line just long enough to hit the top of the 9, and he would have scratched off that. So Dan Madden knew enough to take some pace off that shot so that he would hit that side of the 9. And he fires that one in. Dan Madden's game has come a long way in the last 10 years. He really is capable of some good pull. again, Joey Ivock. Up with a dry break. Nothing down on the break. Low. Would have been a low left spin. He had very little future in that shot, even if he made it. Combination isn't on for the 2-9. The carom isn't on for the 2-9. So if Joey can come in right around the 7, he lucked one in. Now you can go forward to the rail. 3 balls in from the side pocket, so he doesn't have to play great position, just make the 1 ball. Just like that, and he is on the 3. 4 balls on the bottom rail, what I call the red zone. And anytime you have 1 ball that's up table leading to a ball that's down in the red zone, it can be difficult. So he wants to make sure he gets on the right side of his 3 ball to make it easy to get down on the 4. And he did that nicely. He's on the right side of the 3. Proper side of the 3. I hate Lori. Just got a nice text telling me I'm never at a lack of words from one of my friends. For a lack of words. Joey come in nice. Notice how he came 2 rails, head rail, and then he's coming into the position zone on the 7 ball. It's very important for good position play. Here's a high left English shot, just drift right up past the 9. Make sure you don't stay under the 9. You want to get above it, because once you pass the 9, you, just like that, once you pass the 9, you have the shot. So you have a position zone there, maybe 3 feet the whole length of the table, or the middle of the table. And Joey's got 2. I'm getting the hang of this score system here. It's almost like I've been doing it for an hour. Here for a little lesson for you players at home. I was up on a guy 8-2 in California, Sacramento, and I'm looking at a 2 ball. 2 ball's a second ball back on a rack, and my opponent kept racking the zone and breaking so that the cue ball wasn't facing that 2 ball, and he made about 4 2-9 combinations in a row because he is soft breaking, and the 2-9 just lined up for him every time. So if you're watching your opponent, he keeps putting the 2 ball in the front. Just be aware of that. He came back and beat me 9-8. You have to be very aware of how the balls are racked because they'll have a position. I believe he played, I think he took a swing at that 9 ball. Unfortunately, he left the 9 close to the pocket. It appears as though Dan will have a carom rail first 9 and send the 1 ball down table in the event that he would hang the 9. Very nicely played. was just a bad luck thing there for Joey. (7-2). Dan Madden leads. Joey Ivock, Pennsylvania State Championships. I'm sorry, Pennsylvania 9-ball tour. Not the state championship yet. And Dan Madden, I believe, won 5 of these. Three. So I'm sorry, won 3 of these events. So playing some real good pool. Ralph Greenleaf, one of the best players ever, said that he played his best pool when he was 45 years old. And I believe he died when he was 49. So I just turned 45 and nothing's happening. So who knows? Joey makes a nice long cut shot and perfect on the 3. He's looking, checking to see if the 5 clears the 6, and I believe it does. So he wants an angle that's going to lead him right into the 5 ball from the 4 ball. And looks like he has it. It'll come 2 rails. Watch how he hits the short rail, then the long rail, and comes into the 5 ball. Nice shot. He's coming in. The whole time he leaves that second rail, he has position on the 5. That's how you want to play position. Just pretty self-explanatory here, just a stop shot. Joey Ivock's got 3, and Dan Madden 7. This is a race to 9 in the winner's side. Live stream, Johnstown, Pennsylvania. And this is Chip Klein, doing my best to commentate. They're all making fun of me.
Who's making fun of you?
Dan Madden to break the balls. It is alternating breaks here. Once again, table not breaking real good for these guys. So he has a long cut shot, and he can get on the 2. He can get on the 2 ball, coming 2 rails out, spinning the 1. That's what I did. Nice cut, and the 5 ball helped him out a bit. It's hard to hit that shot with that much spin, and soft, because you have swerve going the whole length of the table. So many times a player will overhit that shot. As soon as you let up on the shot, you overspin it, because it overspins the object ball. So you have a tendency sometimes to hit too hard. Notice a tangent line for position here, just below center on the cue ball, and stun it right out for the 5. And he wanted to favor the right side of the 5 ball so he didn't have to contend with the 8, 7, and 9. And now he has to figure out something. Looks like he might come off the 7 ball to get up on the 6. Alrighty. Went into the 8, still has a shot on the 6. Oh, and he scratched. He scratched. His tangent line was to the end rail, and it appears though he put a little inside on it to come to the long rail, the end rail, and that's probably what happened is he lost a little bit of the inside English he put on it, and caused a scratch there. Wasn't a bad play, but it can be tricky. And Dan's on the hill now. Again, sorry for the heavy breathing. I'm trying to keep the microphone close. Joey to break. And the 5 ball goes into the corner, and appears though nothing is tied up. If he backs out of this, it's very tricky getting to the 2 here. And that's, of course, he decided to zigzag. And that wasn't easy. It wasn't easy to get on the 2 ball from that angle that he had on the 1. Dan will kick, trying to keep the cue ball behind the 4, 8, 9, if he can do that. I think he's going 2 rails. No, 1 rail, I'm sorry. Couldn't see the angle that he is on. And he's going to drift down here. I believe he left Joey a shot into the corner pocket. And once again, a 90-degree angle, tangent line, straight up for the 2, right below the 6. He'll hit right below the 6. And I'm not sure why he did that. Maybe the 7's blocked by the 2. Maybe he's going for the breakout, I guess. I believe that was what happened there. The 7 was blocking the 2. Here he does have a save. He could use the 7 ball to hold the 2 and send the cue ball 2 rails around and get down behind the 4-8. And he opted for something else. He's left a long, hard, difficult shot. And again, if you don't mind a lesson, A shot like this, if you decide to go for it and you miss it, don't let it frustrate you, because everybody misses long shots like this. So just let it go. Good one. He opted to lock in behind the 6. That's a one pocket player right there. Nice shot. Huh? What's that? Yeah. Well, I move the mic back away from my mouth so that there's not so much breathing. I hope that helps. And, Dan made a nice two-rail kick on a ball earlier. Little lackadaisical there. Really didn't seem like he focused very hard on that shot. Just draw back here. Make sure you get a little bit below the 8 ball. It's better to favor getting below the 8 ball by a foot or two. That way you can recover off of the end rail here for the 9 ball if you have to. But if you stay on this side of the 8, then you have to contend with the 9 ball, and that's what he did, unfortunately. And he might be able to drift this in. I'm not sure. Yeah, he was fine. But that's a good lesson there. Sometimes when you have a choice like that, favor one side of the ball or the other, and then just say, if I get here, what will happen? If I get here, what will happen? And that's a great teaching tool. Asking yourself that question: if I go too hard, is that better than going too soft? And Joey Ivock goes to 4. 6 ball is off the table. He's got the 1 ball on the side. I believe he'll draw back for the 2 ball into the corner. Has to be careful not to rattle the 1 ball. I move the microphone up a little bit. I hope that eliminated the breathing. Let me know if it's driving you people crazy out there. Looks like the 8 ball goes to the bottom right hand corner. I'm not sure if it goes to the bottom left hand corner, or I guess on the screen it would be top. Left spin, get off the rail. Yeah, when you leave yourself on the rail, it can be very damaging to your run out, but he handled that nicely. He's got a nice straight end shot to the side pocket. Joey Ivock gets to 5, and Dan Madden is on the hill. Molly's Billiards, Johnstown, Pennsylvania. Great room, and the owner is just okay. Jeff Conahan is the owner, Molly's Billiards, here in Johnstown, Pennsylvania, Scalp Avenue. Great room to play out of. These are diamond tables, some of the original diamond tables. It's just breathing. Too much breathing. Can you hear? You can hear what I'm saying?
He keeps texting me and telling me to have you
Did
change
you tell him in a match?
things.
Is
Yes,
everything out?
obviously he's watching it. He
Tell him
sees
to
you're
fucking wait a
shooting.
second.
What is this? This is alright.
It's the unchanged things.
Dan Madden has a long, difficult shot on the 1 ball, and very little way to get good position on the 2 ball. So he'll play the safety. That's Joey Ivock faced with the same problem, his position on the 2 ball. Mike TV, putting your game on TV. Great site here. And boy, he had half a pocket for that 3 ball, and he almost got right past it. And he would have had position on the 3 and a breakout for the 4-5. So that was a great shot by Joey if it would have gone in. Looks like he's going to try locking behind the 9 ball coming off the side of the 4. Oh, that was a very nice shot by Dan. He's a risky shot, double kiss on the 5, but done very nicely. And again, that's one pocket player there. Hits that ball terrifically. And that's a great hit by Joey. No real reward. Dan will have to get somewhere near the spot to make the cut on the 5 ball. That's the breathing stop. Time I move the mic up above my nose. He went a little too far here, which means he's probably going to have to play a safe or maximum inside right back cut to 5 ball, which actually isn't a difficult shot if done properly. Well, someone just mentioned that I sounded like Darth Vader earlier. His name Mike. TV Mike. And this TV Mike, I don't know if we've ever met, but he's got quite a sense of humor. And we have, looks like he's going to have to go forward here and maybe play the 9 combination. Which no player loves to play a 9-ball combination, but looks like that's the only option he has because he is dead straight in on the 7. that's tough. That is the way he was trying to do something a little bit different with his cue ball. Maybe I believe he is maybe making a stop shot, going to play the bank on the 8 ball and stick the cue ball on the end rail for a little protection in the event that he would miss the bank on the 8. Now Dan looks like he's going to try to come around 4 rails and come back between the 8 9. He'll go deep into the right hand corner pocket and then just like that come around and between the 8 9. Beautiful shot, and that is the match. One good shot's all it takes sometimes at the end, and there he got it. Dan Madden. Something unforeseeable happens. Dan Madden wins it 9-5.
Good match there.
Change that to 9.
Oh, wait a minute, I already did that. I think that was the. Go ahead.